3, 2, 1. Hello, I'm Tobias.
And I'm Ingrid, and together we're the co-founders of
Okay, pal.
OK Pal is a genderless modern take on the yes man, but for your life. There are 3 basic rules we've decided to follow.
Rule number 1, I'd rather change a tire than never ride a bike.
Rule number 2, anything can be made into a keyhole. And rule number 3, if the treadmill's running,
the emergency belt is on. Oh my god, you have so much lint.
This is mine. This is my turtleneck.
No, this is my turtleneck. That's also mine. You stole it from my closet.
Oh no.
A few years ago, Ingrid and I were on holiday in Winnipeg, and we went to an amusement park one day.
Tobias said that he didn't want to go on any of the roller coasters.
Oh, no. You told me you were too scared to go on any of the big roller coasties.
Yes. So, anyways, we spent the full 8 hours at the hot dog stand.
She was about to stuff one big in her face, but she didn't realize that I had put a little ring on it. So what I had to do was get down on my 2 knees and say, "Will you do me the pleasure of being my married person?"
The original idea for OK Pal came a few seconds after the proposal. A young couple came up to us and said, "Hey, you guys want someone to take your photo?" And we said, Okay, pal. But first, let us take your photo.
We really think that may have saved their relationships and maybe even their lives. Since then, it's been a non-stop ride of thrills, been enhancing people's lives left and right.
Anytime you need us, our service will be there. Any kind of relationship problem, lifestyle change you want to make, we will be there to say just one thing.
Okay, pal.
Want to hear a joke? How do you make holy water? You boil the hell out of it. Oh, where do I begin? Well, my name is Nelson Smith. I am a high school social studies teacher. I have a 5-year-old daughter named Mariah and a loving wife of 8 years. You can see from my ring that I am married. I've been a pretty normal guy most of my life. I mean, you know, I did go through a little phase in my teen years. What of it? Who doesn't? You know, I got myself together, I went to college, and now I'm here. There's really not much that's very important about me. Oh, you know, I guess there is one thing. I have a little anger management issue. Sort of a callback to my teenage phase, if you will. Have you ever seen The Incredible Hulk? When I get angry, I change. I morph into something else. Did your mama ever tell you that if you made a funny face long enough, it would get stuck like that? She was right. I got stuck like this, do you hear? I'm stuck like this. My face looks like this even when I'm not angry now. Except I'm not the Incredible Hulk. I'm full My Chemical Romance.
Oh, what's up guys? My name is Levi Pott. I'm a former dart prodigy, as you may already know. I first got into darts because my bones were too soft for other sports. But once I got into probably the most difficult of all leisure sports, I quickly found myself rising through the ranks, and I suddenly became MLD's Major League Darts Top Dartist of the Year. Yeah, I don't want to say I'm the best one out there, but I can pretty much nail a wasp in between the eyes from 50 paces. Yeah, so I was at the top of the heat, really top of the pack. I was at the top of the game until I was accused of using illegal rigged magnetic darts. I would die before I let anyone touch my darts. So I ate them to hide the evidence, protect them. So after the surgery, I got 2 of the darts out of my system, which was cool. They took away all my ribbons, Sierra Mist dropped my sponsorship, and my girlfriend moved back to Albany, which wasn't related to darts, but it was kind of a bummer for that year. And worst of all, whenever I go to dart suppliers, they've got my picture on the walls and it says, "Do not sell, we'll eat darts." Which, come on. So, what is one to do when you're not allowed into Major League Darts? Start your own league. I'm introducing my new league. It's called DORT, because apparently the name Dart is already taken. Bummer. DORT stands for Dart Owners Retweet. It's just an unsanctioned group of guys who like hanging out and just throwing little hand arrows. Some of the guys indoor, we got Beej, we got Pumpkin Pete, we got Dagwood, Lil Caesar, Papa Murphy, Ripstick, we got Tommy Two-Tone, Krampus. Yeah, I'm also starting to make some breakdancing TikToks, so check me out.
Ready? This floor's too sticky.
And some would say that just because Judge Judy is my mom, that like that's how I got to the top, but I disagree. It's hard work and end story. I'm out. How do you get this off? Also, fun fact, an old name for a dartboard used to be called butt. It's from Wikipedia, so check it out.
My name is Kenneth Rogers. I'm 70 years old. I've been around, obviously. I've just been thinking, you know, a lot of these younger folk, they don't really have true, genuine connections with people. They're all glued to their screens, those laptops and those telephones. You know, back in my day, I didn't even have a way to call people. I spoke to them in person. And I think people don't have those skills anymore. People don't know how to interact with people. People don't know how to just have a good time in person with a good buddy. I had a great friend in college. His name's Fitzgerald, Fitz for short. Fitz, I'm a changed man because of you. I met him on the quad one day. He was just scurrying around the trees, you know, brown, bushy-tailed fellow. Yeah, I mean, I was friends with a squirrel back in my days in Cornell. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it was a genuine connection. He taught me how to know people. And I think people don't know that anymore. People don't know how to know people. And Fitz knew people. The amazing squirrel, amazing guy. If you're out there, buddy, let me know. I've been around just taking my daily strolls on the college campuses and never know if it's you. Fitz, buddy, let me know if you're out there, Fitz. All these squirrels out here I run into, they're making kids late to class, but you know, I put it behind me. I put it behind me because the squirrels, they're just great. They're great people. Fitz, if you're out there, let me know. Let me know. I've been looking for you, buddy. I've been looking for you.
Hi, my name is Macy Rubino. I'm a junior at Ventura High School. That's in Ventura, California, and I'm an entrepreneur. So like a few weeks ago, my great uncle died or something. Apparently he saw a lot of promise in me, so he left me all of the world's artichokes. I am the current owner of all the world's artichokes. I don't know what the fuck an artichoke is. I think it's a kind of bush or like some kind of coconut, maybe like a shrimp sea monkey situation. But I own all of them. So I keep getting calls from this Italian guy and he's like, Macy, what do we do with the harvest? And I'm like, I don't know anything about fishing. I don't know. Ask someone else. God. It's always been my dream to start a teen business and be an entrepreneur for real. And I'm very interested in synergy. I've decided to bring artichokes into the 20th century to start my very own Instagram campaign, #ChokeMe. #ChokeMe is a 3-step program. We're gonna sell #ChokeMe merch, #ChokeMe acai bowls, and then finally, #ChokeMe Polaroid cameras. Polaroids are so fun. To be clear, I'm currently worth $3 billion in artichokes, and with this revenue, my friends and I are going to build our very own beach shack on the pier to study for our AP tests. I'm really nervous about them, but I know with friendship we can get it done. Now that I'm worth so much artichoke capital, I just hope that someone will ask me to the prom because they like me for me. Not my artichokes, whatever the fuck they are.
I am Herod Podler, and I work at a convenience store just down the road. I'm no one special. I really don't do anything interesting or have anything interesting to do. I've picked up smoking as a habit, just to take the edge off, you know? They don't have any scrumdiddly bumpkins in America. I was raised in Britain, but to American parents. But they do have Marlboros, which are really nice. That's all about me.
All right, here's the 411. I'm Jay Shreds. I'm a pro skier, which means my job is to hit the gnar. So you're probably wondering, how did I end up here? Well, it was back in 1989. I was going down the mountain, but it was taking a while because snowboarders messed up all of the fresh pow. Pow. There's nothing better than hitting that fresh pow pow. Or maybe watching snowboarders fall. Or maybe Coke. Turns out I got stuck in this blizzard and the ski patrol couldn't find me because I got buried under the snow. I was gonna do a triple black diamond and then I thought maybe I'd do a quadruple black diamond. I ended up just hiking up the mountain and going off path. Pfft, as if there's a path that Jay Shreds can't go on. What do you mean there's no Coke in this? Apparently, when they were defrosting my body, an air pocket popped, and so my jacket stash of icing got into my bloodstream, and that's what restarted my heart. Whoa! Thank you, Snow White!
In 1980, Saddam Hussein was given the key to the city of Detroit. I hope they changed the locks. The United States conducted a fake vaccination drive to find Osama bin Laden. Marco, polio, Osama, polio. The Hawaiian royalty was toppled by Dole Fruit Company. How do you like them apples? Pineapples. What's my name? Truth. Untold truth. I'm a true conspiracy theorist, or some people call me a theorist. Canada has police officers that ride horses. They're called Mounties. Canada developed a gaydar in the 1960s. Amherst College Department of Psychology professor Smith also researches gaydar. Canada has amassed 90% of its population within 100 miles of the US border. The United States has no border wall with Canada. Why did I shave my beard like this? Because people are allowed to groom their facial hair however they want, even if it makes them look like a pedophile. You can solve a Rubik's Cube by following algorithmic combinations of moves. The CIA attempted to use cats to perform surveillance on the Soviets in the 60s. They spent $20 million on Operation Acoustic Kitty. On their first mission, the cat was immediately run over and killed by a taxi. After bombing Hiroshima, the United States government hired agents to steal organs from recently deceased children to test the effects of radiation. They called it Project Sunshine. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
I've never been in the pictures. I guess I just don't really know how to do what to do.
Why don't you just start with who you are?
Okay, my name's Michael Novich, and I'm a professional lottery player. Well, you know, me and the boys worked down at the steel mill, and you know, it was good work. It was a good, honest living, and you know, one day I find this scratcher on the ground, and I think, you know, what is this? So I, you know, some sort of scratch and sniff or something, and it smelled terrible. But then I saw, you know, there's numbers under where you're scratching. I thought, okay, I can get into this, and you know, I scratch and scratch and scratch, and what do I find? But I won $100,000, and I think, okay, well, you know, I'm a bit of a savvy investor, so you know, I buy 100,000 scratchers. I take 2 weeks off of work, and all day and all night I scratch and I scratch and I scratch and I scratch, and it's back-breaking. I'm wishing, I'm praying. I say, oh, why can't I just go back to the steel mill, you know? But lo and behold, you know, I break even, and I think, you know, this could be the job for me. So the very next day, I resigned at the steel mill. I took out my life savings, and I've been a professional scratcher ever since. My first big win was, I had been going at it for days between wins. $10 here, 30,000 there, kind of, nothing, just chump change. And finally, I get it. It was a Powerball, 310 million. I keep this picture of boats to remind me of that, how it kept me afloat.
Would you mind doing some scratchers for the B-roll?
I try not to take my work home with me, but I think I have a few somewhere. No, yep, right here. Oh, and you got a lot of these flashy young guys coming up. They need a new quarter for every scratcher. I've used the same one since I went pro. What do you know? $5. I guess I still got it. $80,000. But that's what they say about the lottery. You never know how long it's going to take you until you win it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elska Fjallravendottir. I'm so excited to be here in US of A. I'm studying design at architecture school in New York City. I come from Iceland, but it's so cold here in New York City that it should be called Iceland. I grew up in Iceland with my two parents, but they did not biologically have me. You see, I was brought to them by a big stork board on the fjord, and it brought me in a basket and drifted me down fjord. They have a bird watching themed bed and breakfast, so I used to build little houses for the birds, and all the birds in Iceland would come to see me. I named every single little bird, and I gave them each one seed so that our friendship could grow. I'm in my third year of design school for the architecture here in New York, and it's a lot of people ask me, it must be so stressful to have to produce so much work, and I say, oh no, you see, I have a simple procedure for creative process. I have built myself paper mache egg that I go into for days at a time until an idea is born. One time I was in there for 17 days, and a little mouse bit a hole through the side. He said to me, "You've been here for 17 days," and we chuckled for a while. But then I had the idea to build a mouse house. A lot of people ask me, why your hair can't naturally be that color? How is it so silver? And I say, well, there was actually horrible virus that spread through my town when I was younger, and they figured out that I was the only cure. I used to have red hair. They put me in a little pot of boiling water, and they boiled all of it out of me, and they fed the broth to the people, and everyone was cured.
Hey everyone, my name's Sandra Call. You might know me from my vlog, Sandra Call's ASMR vlog. Growing up, everyone always told me that when I spoke to them, their body reacted in unnatural ways. I never really knew what that meant, so I did a Google on it and found out that there's some really talented people in the world who when they speak, it makes people's arm hair stand up and stuff like that. And I realized, hey, that's me. I decided to do what all the cool kids do and make a YouTube. Oh, I really hope I got that one. I wear this at all times to make sure I capture all my natural noises. Here's a sneak peek of Sandra Call's ASMR vlog, so you can like and subscribe. So before I was really big in the ASMR world, I was a flight attendant, and
I really loved that job because I got to practice my sounds just over the intercom. The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. But then about a month in, they had to let me go for safety concerns. But since then, I got a job at Big Y, and I get to practice my sounds over the loudspeakers there. Clean up on aisle 7. People usually like that. Yeah, like and subscribe. Links in the bio.